Welcome to the Sales Influence Podcast, where we talk about finding the why in how people buy. I'm your host, Victor Antonio. Thank you for joining me today. Today I want to talk about quantifying the goal. Quantifying the goal. How do you quantify your goal? When I ask people, say, why are you in selling? Again, I get a lot of different answers. But then I say, well, how are you going to get there? How do you plan to make that happen? Can you quantify your goal? Let's talk about this. Look, writing down your goal is fine, but it's more effective to write down specifically what you want and what it will take to get it. Let me say that again. That's important. Writing down your goal is fine, but it's more effective to write down specifically what you want and what it's going to take to get it. Now, for example, let's say you want to buy a new car. And let's say you decide you want to pay cash. It's $36,000. $36,000 cash. You don't want to lease. You just want to buy this baby outright. So then you write that down. $36,000 car. Okay, that's writing down a goal, right? Tangible goal. I want this car. It costs $36,000. The question is, how are you going to get there? Now, let's work the numbers. Let's really apply some numbers to this. Now, let's assume that your average sale, whatever product or service you sell, is, let's say, $1,000. And out of that $1,000, once you make that sale, you get a $200 commission, right? $200 commission for each sale is what you pocket. Well, that means that you'd have to make 180 sales in order to buy that $36,000 car. Take $36,000 divided by the $200 commission you get per sale, and you'll arrive at 180 sales in order to earn that much money. So now you have the numbers in your head. Now take that number, because it sounds like a lot, right? 180 sounds like a lot. But when you divide it by 12 months or a year, that means every month you'd have to make 15 sales. That's 180 deals divided by 12 months. Every month you'd have to sell 15 deals, which means if we divide it by week, again, you can run the numbers yourself. It's almost 4 a week, right, to meet your goal. You now know how hard or easy, depending on your perspective, you'll have to work to get that car. Now, granted, I didn't talk about closing rates and the number of leads that you'll have to have. Let's push that to the side for now. What I want you to concentrate on is how many deals do I have to close each month in order to buy the car that I want to buy. Now, it doesn't have to be a car. For example, maybe you want enough money in the bank to put your kids through college. Maybe you want to buy a house. Whatever your goal is, quantify what it will take in terms of sales to make it happen. See, too many people talk up here in the air, in the ether. They talk about what they want. Yes, I want a new car. I want a new yacht. I want a new guitar, whatever it is. But when it comes to quantifying how you're going to get it, what you'll need to do to get it, many people simply don't do that. And I think you miss out on something, because once you write the goal down, that's fine. That motivates you, right? Put that on your dream board. But a dream board remains a dream unless you put some numbers behind it. What do I have to do every week to actually generate those sales? In fact, you might want to dig deeper. What do I now have to do every day to generate those sales? In fact, dig even deeper. What do I need to do every hour of the day to make sure that I get enough meetings so I can close enough deals so I can hit my goal so I can get that new car? You see what I mean? By actually getting down to the day, you actually start modifying your sales behavior. What do you need to do? How many times do I have to get on a phone call? How many cold calls do I have to make? How many meetings do I have to set up? See, when you get down to these types of numbers, you have now quantified how you're going to get to your goal. And because you now know these numbers, that gives you a sense of urgency every day. What do you need to do every day to make something happen? And you don't fall prey to just saying, this is what I want, without realistically understanding what it's going to take. Lastly, I want you to find somebody. I want you to find somebody that you greatly respect and I want you to share your goal with that person. Here's why. Studies have shown that when you share your goal with somebody, especially somebody who you respect, and you know they're watching you, you're more likely to follow through on your commitment to do what you said you were going to do. This is called the Hawthorne effect. When you are being watched by other people, especially people you respect, you're more likely to stick to doing what you need to do to hit those numbers. So, step number 1, write down your goal. Step number 2, quantify what it's going to take on an annual basis, a monthly basis, a weekly basis, on a daily basis, maybe even an hourly basis, what it's going to take for you to hit that number. Step number 3, share your plan with somebody you respect so they can keep you on track and you can hit that number and drive that beautiful car or whatever it is you want to buy. That's it for this Sales Influence podcast. Don't forget to leave me some feedback on iTunes, Stitcher, or YouTube. I'd greatly appreciate it. Also, when you get a chance, if you haven't done so already, check out my online sales training platform, the Sales Mastery Academy. Over 25 courses, 300 plus videos, and all my books, including my new books. One is called Sales Model, Different Ways to Sell More Effectively, and Sales Ex Machina, How Artificial Intelligence is Changing the World of Selling. So if you're serious about increasing your sales ability, your ability to close more deals, go to salesmasteryacademy.us. That's salesmasteryacademy.us. Lastly, I want to thank you for listening. This is Victor Antonio, always reminding you, selling ain't hard when you know how. Take care. Hi, I'm Victor Antonio. I'm an author, sales trainer, and keynote speaker. I'm often asked, what makes a great speaker? Is it someone who delivers real content that the audience can use? Is it someone who engages the audience so they're part of the learning experience? Or is it someone who can motivate an audience to push them beyond their comfort zone and discover new abilities? The answer is yes. But the most important thing to remember is that I'm not there to look good. I'm there to make my client look good. Simply put, it's never about me, and it's always about them.